In this video, we will be looking at GitHub Actions, and we will be creating a YAML file so that we can run certain tasks before pulling and pushing to certain branches. I have opened up my GitHub on the project and I tap Actions. Now set up a workflow yourself so that we can create a workflow from scratch. This workflow will be given the name YAML file for unit tests. And up here you can see you can name your YAML file. I'll just call it main.yaml. Now we define every time this main YAML file needs to run. And it needs to run every time the master branch, every time someone is pushing to the master branch, and every time there is a pull request from any branch. Now I define the jobs inside of this YAML file. The first job is build, and that's what we call it. So it runs on Ubuntu latest, and now we define the steps. So these steps uses actions/checkout add v3. And now we define our own first step. This step is named setup.net core, and it uses this actions/setup.net add v3. And this is for setting up the .NET, and it uses this .NET version and then what version you are working with on your computer, and I'm working with version 8. Then I create another step called run unit tests. So I see how am I going to run these in the terminal. I'm going into the test project folder. So that's the first thing I will run. And then I type and then the .NET test. That's everything I need to type in the terminal, so that's what I have to write in my YAML file. This should work, so now I tap commit changes and write a description, and I tap commit directly to master branch. So since I've now committed to the master branch, which is one of the triggers in the YAML file, I can go to the Actions tab and actually look at this job build we just defined. So now we can see that the build is actually running. So if we get these check marks on all of the small jobs, then this was a successful run. And we can see this is a successful run. So now I can open Writer, and I can see there has been a lot of changes that I do not have locally right now. So what I do is I run the git fetch, because it updates and looks at what do I miss to be synchronized. So I use this git merge, and now I'm synchronized with the master branch. So to test how this really works, I'm going to change a bit in the program. I'm going to add a line. It doesn't really matter what I do, as long as it's just a change, because the YAML file will run anyways. So I've just added a line. So I use this git add all, and I use the git commit, and I've just added another line, so that's what I'm writing in the commit message. So now I use this git push, because this will push to the master branch, and as you remember, this is one of the triggers for the YAML file. So I go into the repository again and click on Actions. And now I can see that my commit is being checked and the YAML file is running. And we can see this is a successful run. So the YAML file is working as it should, and that's it for this video. In the next video, we will be looking at branch protection and how we set up rules for the branches.